minimum wage negotiations suffer setback as Labour Minister, NLC TUC President jet out of the country. Oh boy. So they have, they have just, suspended negotiations while waiting for Tinubu's response. They have gone out of the country. This is serious. Minister of State for Labour and Employment Nkiruka Onyejocha, as well as President of the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress, have departed Nigeria for Switzerland, Geneva. Politics Nigeria reports that the minister and Labour leaders are in Geneva, Switzerland for the International Labour Conference, ILC, which began on June 3rd and is expected to end this week, Friday, June 14th. Can you imagine? So the trip, many believe, could stall ongoing minimum wage negotiation because the majority of labor leaders and representatives at the tripartite committee handling the negotiations have jetted out of the country to the conference in Geneva, Switzerland. So in an interview, NLC's head of information and public affairs, Benson Okpa, said the outcome of the meeting of the two labor groups this week will determine the next line of action. So he noted the significance of negotiations coming up during the Geneva conference, with several labor leaders, including heads of the NLC and TUC, Joajero and Festus Osifo, jetting out of the country. So according to him, this could stall whatever action Labour might want to take, but it may not also stop it because even from Geneva, they can give instructions. However, another top Labour leader who did not want to be named said the organs of the two Labour centers would summon a meeting at the expiration of the one-week negotiation meeting on Wednesday, which is next tomorrow. He said the ILC, International Labour Conference, would not stall negotiations because those who traveled could join virtually. He said the reality is the demonstration of the level of disdain and contempt with which the Nigerian government holds the workers and the people. They don't have any regard or respect for the people they lead, who are supposed to be at the heart of their governance effort. So if they did, they wouldn't have made the insulting offer of 2,000 naira to the existing 60,000 naira. A minimum wage is supposed to help a worker get out a living, earn a living. Faulting the government for negotiating as if they are not dealing with humans, he said, we do not have any intention to accept 62,000 naira, nor will we accept anything less, anything that will not allow Nigerian workers to have a decent living. The organs of the Congress will meet to make decisions. Workers are the ones who create wealth. We will not allow our leaders in the corridor of power to make the mess of our lives. So he added, any governor that refuses to pay a decent wage should resign. Are they not the ones paying school fees in advance countries for their children and saying there was no money? We have many of them. 90% of governors are looting their treasury. Recall that members of the organized labor had on Tuesday suspended their strike for 5 days to allow for negotiation with the government. So the strike, which commenced on Monday, June 3rd, was called to protest the failure of the federal government to approve a new minimum wage last May 31st and reverse the hike in electricity tariff. Also recall that after a 6-hour meeting with the leadership of the organized labor in Abuja last Monday, the federal government expressed the commitment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to raising the 60,000 naira offer as a minimum wage. The agreement stated the president is committed to establishing a national minimum wage higher than 60,000 naira, and the tripartite committee will convene daily for the next 1 week. okay, to finalize an agreeable national minimum wage. That was what was read before. So the organized labor also agreed to immediately hold meetings of each organ to consider this new offer, and that no worker would face victimization as a consequence of participating in the industrial action. So the 112th session of the ILC, organized yearly by the International Labour Organization, brings together government, employers, and workers' organizations from each 187 member state countries, Nigeria inclusive, to address the world of work challenges, set and monitor international labor standards, and deliberate with cooperation partners on projects and programs to help realize decent work agenda. So that is why ILC was set up. So now that they have jetted out, they are saying that it will not affect negotiations because they can also join virtually for any meeting. Sometimes I laugh, or you will laugh. Hi, they laugh, or you will laugh. Somebody says, I hope money hasn't exchanged hands. As for labor, how come traveling out is more important than sorting the salary out? Or is this standoff just a smooth screen to my first statement? Time will tell, says Bob Marley. This one get us a view. Okay, so please, who is the conference going to teach? Our NLC or our government? What a way to go on a vacation. NLC should not be taken seriously by meaningful Nigerians. Your house is on fire and you decide to jet out. It is laughable. There is a compromise somewhere, and the center may no longer hold. Of what benefit is the participation of Nigeria at the International Labour Organization conference? What are they going to say in a country where politicians amass wealth at the expense of the masses? Very unfortunate. That is the style of Nigerian leaders, always running to another country while their country is on fire. It is well, oh. It is not well, oh. I don't say it is well. Your house is on fire and you went for a visit. You think it has to be. What a dumb way of doing things, quite unfortunate. So that is what is happening. The guys have left and we are saying, are you sure this is not a way of quenching the whole fight? Are you sure money has not exchanged hand? Brown envelopes have not exchanged hand? We don't understand. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment while we wait for NLC and the federal government to, for the way forward.